Great. Hello again. It's me. Day 5 now of live streaming. Day 42 of my solitary quarantine. I'm doing a little bit better today, but everything seems to be kind of coming in waves. So I'm struggling a little bit with anxiety today, but there's always tomorrow, one day at a time. Wayne, I see you're very excited about Mandy Patinkin. I have to do all my introductory stuff first, and then Mandy Patinkin is here for it today. I wrote my piece, so just hang tight for 1 minute. I promise you it'll be good. So if you're just now tuning in, if you haven't seen any of these yet, basically I'm doing this so I can keep myself motivated, get showered every day, put on makeup, get a little bit cute, keep myself accountable, do some creative projects, and just kind of readjust my mentality with all of this. So since we're entering the home stretch of this week, I want to know what you guys like the most about these, your favorite elements, what you get out of watching these every day. And if I were to continue to do these once a week, what would you like to see more of? If you're interested in that, let me know. I'm trying to figure out if I were to continue to do this, what it would look like. Because we're down to the last 3 days, 2 more after this. And I really enjoy them. So I'm currently working on setting up an online store for my books and my prints. That should hopefully be up by the end of the week. So if you want to order books or prints or typewriter pieces or anything, you can do that online. Until then, for the next 2 days during the live stream, if you Venmo me $25, you'll get a paperback copy of one of my books. One of these, you can say which one you like. And you'll get a handwritten piece, that's a first draft, a typewritten piece, that's a first draft. And I signed the bottom of each of those. I've been working on packaging some of them today, so they're shiny, as you can see. And if you want to just do $10, I will send you a print of one of my paintings called Goodnight Texas. So there's all my basic stuff. Feel free to ask questions in the chat box while I'm reading. I'll address as many questions as time permits. Every day I'll be asking for theme suggestions. I'll pick one and write something inspired by that theme to share it the following day. Today, Wayne, I will be sharing a piece on Mandy Patinkin's old bedroom slippers, which was a mixture of 2 themes that were suggested the day before yesterday. And I decided to write an ode, and I actually followed the rhyme scheme and everything of a typical ode. So you're welcome for an ode, since we all are missing odes in our life since we graduated high school AP English. Tonight I am drinking strawberry blonde beer that I found in the fridge. Don't worry, I Googled, will old beer make me sick? Only if it's skunky, and it's not, it tastes very good. So, because it's refrigerated and it hadn't been opened, I think we're good. Do you have a YouTube channel? I do actually. So if you just type in Taylor Bradley, it might be Taylor Bradley 91, but Taylor Bradley is my YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, thanks for coming by today. Yeah, I'll be uploading all of these on there too. So if you missed any of the early ones from this week, I will be uploading them there. I will also be sharing some ongoing art projects today. I skipped yesterday, but I'll be sharing a few more of my typewriter pieces tonight and one small thing that I painted. So if you're here for the art, it's coming back at you. I also would like to share some of my photography starting tomorrow and the last day, but I'm not super duper techie. And so if anyone knows how I could share that on both my Instagram and my Facebook Live at the same time, hit me up, let me know afterwards, so I can figure out how to do that for you guys tomorrow. Everything that I have for my photography is digital right now. So that would be great. Okay, Wayne, I wrote the piece on Mandy Patinkin. Here it is, the ode. So it's called An Ode to Mandy Patinkin's Old Bedroom Slippers. Everything else is a little bit more serious, but this one's a goofy one. Within a dusty corner, you softly pass the time. Your sole purpose is warmth, familiarity, cradling hairy toes in a peaceful paradigm. Your time to shine is early morning, studying nightly. You've been there through long hours, memorizing lines, reciting Shakespeare, singing songs from childhood. The best supporting player, underrated, dignified, stuffed in musty suitcases, New York to Hollywood. Your fabric aging finely, like soft cheese or wine. The first to ever hear the words, "You killed my father, prepare to die." From The Princess Bride. So there you go, Wayne. I did it. I hope that it lived up to your standards. It was fun to actually write a poem that rhymed. I haven't done that in a long time. And it was fun to write one with a designated rhyme scheme. I miss odes. I was into odes in high school. Speaking of high school, this next piece I actually wrote my freshman year of high school, and I still love it. It's in Side Effects. I'm revisiting Side Effects today a little bit because I've been primarily sharing from withdrawals. But I decided to kind of go back a little bit of a throwback day today. So I hope you guys don't mind that. So this one's called Slow Down. Life, slow down. You're catching up to me, and I don't know how to look you in the face yet. I'm not sure how to shake your hand like an old friend would, or gaze into your stunning weathered eyes and smile. I can't accept your hovering presence, but you continue to linger in each minute. You've stopped your illusion of strolling through days and began a race with me that my mind refuses to run. So you continue alone into tomorrow, afraid of what may happen to the memory of today if she tries to keep up with you. So that's that. It's all about how time is moving super duper fast. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I imagined myself as kind of this little girl who decided to sit down on the tracks and just let time pass her by because she couldn't keep up anymore. And I thought that that was apropos for all of us being stuck inside. Okay, I'll share one of my art pieces with you guys and a little announcement, and then I will share a couple more pieces. So this is not something that I'm super proud of, but I figured I would share it. It's just a little something. It says, "One eye open, one squeezed shut, afraid to look." And the reason that I did this piece is because I really wanted to work on my line work. I got this really, really fine little paintbrush, and I wanted to work on trying to, do cursive and nice fonts and text and things. So this was all about like details. So I, painted a couple little flowers. I worked on this eye. I tried to get the coloring right for that. And then it was all about just trying to make the lines as clean as possible. So this is a little piece today. Not really anything that means anything, just a practice piece. And then I wanted to share with you guys, I've been working on these for a little bit. I'm doing an audio recording for my next book that's coming out called There's No Place Like House. I know it's backwards for Instagram, I'm sorry. You can always go back and watch it on Facebook, I guess. And this is a photo that I took for my No Place Like House project. If you want to see more of those photos, you can follow my Instagram. It's at There's No Place Like House. Or you can check out my website, which is taylordbradley.com. And it has all of those photos up there. It was actually featured in a gallery series Instagram thing in Venice, which I thought was cool. Not Venice, Los Angeles. But I know a lot of things are on hold right now, and so I don't know if there's going to be any progression there. But the good news is I'm working on the audio CD for it. You can see I made like a little insert with a list of all the tracks. And I used these CDs that look like old vinyl records, which I think is kind of cool. So we'll see. I know nobody really listens to CDs anymore. They're kind of, I don't know, old-fashioned, but I like old-fashioned. And maybe I'll include like a flash drive of it too. So if people just want to download it on their computer or something, at least give them the option. Okay, a couple more pieces, and then I will go back to some more typewriter art. Alrighty. So this one's called Insomnia. I was awake last night. My lips were dry and cracked, and I licked them out of habit. I thought of holding the hand of a corpse. I took a class once where I saw dead bodies, toenails painted dark purple. Even when I left the class, I smelled like bleached death. But I never touched her. I wish I had held her hand. I wish I had the courage to tell her that everything would be okay. Then I wondered if I should buy Fruit Loops or Cheerios. In the future, of course. I have plenty of cereal right now, but I wanted to have a plan, so I created a list. Yogurt, bagels, cream cheese, deli meat, eggs? No eggs. I don't bake enough to justify eggs. Maybe I should bake more. I lick my lips again, habitually. I stared at the red pinhole light at the bottom of the TV. I closed my right eye. Crystal clear. Left eye. Rings of light. Both eyes open. Is this how it always looked? Both eyes closed. Deep breath. I wonder why I can't sense ghosts anymore. Are they ignoring me, or am I ignoring them? I cross my hands on my chest. Is this what it will feel like at my funeral? Why all the thoughts of death tonight? I wonder what people would say. She wrote her own eulogy. Fitting. She always loved to be in control, and she loved to write. Would my students show up? Who would speak? I wonder if it feels cold to be embalmed or warmed. Your vein must feel like jello. What would they dress me in? Maybe I should write down some options beforehand. I pushed my tongue against my upper lip again. Maybe I should journal. I didn't really have a routine tonight. Did I used to? I start thinking through my childhood home, walking up the steps on the front porch, the rose bush with only one rose, the patio, the front door, the way the key fit, which way it turned, the way it opened, the grandfather clock on the landing, my mother's paintings on the walls, the smell of the carpet, the barking of the dogs. I walk myself through the entire house, room by room, detail by detail. Years of furniture rearranging, blending together. Boyfriends sneaking into my room, slumber parties with the girls, crying in the bathtub, listening to Death Cab, hiding behind locked doors, learning to shave my legs, keeping myself company. I roll over onto my side and open my eyes. The clock is blinking like some cliche horror movie. The two dots separating the hours from the minutes don't blink. They stare, unwavering. 6:37 p.m. 6:37 p.m. The clock is very wrong. A person breathes quietly in his sleep beside me. I try not to move much. I think of the woman with the purple toenails again. How badly I wish I could reach out and hold her hand. I remember sitting in the car outside the house I grew up in years later. No one left to remember me. And I spoke out loud to the teenage me that I imagined inside. It'll be okay. You'll be okay. I promise. How badly I wish she could have heard me. How badly I wish the woman with the purple toenails could have heard me. How badly I wish to be heard by deaf ears. So I picked that one to share tonight because I've been dealing with a little bit of anxiety today. I've been having a hard time going to bed before 7 a.m. So I was like, let's pull out Insomnia, which is a little dark, but it's a fun ride, right? From beginning to end. Okay. I'll share one of my 11-word observations with you. I haven't done that in a couple days. This will be one of the ones that are on the bookmarks that are included if you Venmo the 25 for the book and everything. It'll include a bookmark which will be laminated, and it'll be of an 11-word observation. So this one that I'm going to share with you is Number 2. A therapist's office is a great place to have a cold. I don't feel like any more needs to be said about that. There's just tissues everywhere. It's comforting. It's a great place to have a cold if you've got to have a cold. Okay, I'm going to share a couple more pieces with you guys. Some more art pieces. This one you might have seen on my Instagram story towards the beginning of this whole ridiculousness. It says, "For those of you looking for another use for toilet paper, make art. COVID-19 poetry series coming soon." And then I dated it. It was from March 14th. I had to make another post afterwards to say that I was just joking and please don't buy a bunch of toilet paper if you don't need it. Because I actually was, at the time, I knew a whole bunch of people that didn't have any access to toilet paper. So they were ordering bidets and things online. So anyway, I just thought this was kind of funny. I wanted to do something with a piece of toilet paper for the timeliness of what was happening. So I was happy with that one. I'll do one more COVID-related piece. And it's kind of dark humor, but it's these two people talking. And she says, "I know I said I was bored, but I didn't need an epidemic." And he said, "We'll be more specific next time, Paula." I don't know, I just thought it was funny. There was so much drama happening here. And I liked the colors of it and everything. So there's that one. I'll share one more piece with you that's art, and then I'll go back to the writing. So this one I think I shared with you guys on the very first day, but I didn't read it. I just shared the image with you, and I want to read it because I think it's hilarious. So she's laughing and eating cotton candy over here, and it just says, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And he says, "I can't multitask, Lily." And he's like struggling so much to hold these stuffed animals, and I just think it's funny. Okay, that's it for that. Okay, let's go into sharing another piece. So this one is called Purpose. Purpose is an invisible man, standing 8 feet tall, staring each of us in the face every moment of every day and every night as we dream. He waits patiently to be seen, unwavering in his persistence. He reminds us of our biggest mistakes, most painful regrets, and closed doors. He wears us down until we have forgotten our pride, forgotten embarrassment, and embrace how lost we really are. He watches us as we shed our conformity. He helps us peel off our fresh, sun-kissed shoulders and step into cloaks of dead skin and grime. His cupped hands filled with the oils of city-blown hair, his belly button caked in smog and forgotten gum, his teeth tangled in strings of frozen dinners and the kindness of strangers. Here you go, ma'am. Have a nice evening. Are you hungry? I've got a few bucks. His fingers permanently curled over the edges of scrap cardboard, blown under freeways by semi-trucks, etched into with stolen Sharpies. Help. Look. Please. I still exist. I still breathe. I still eat. I still have nightmares. I still dream. I need like you need. Remind me. Purpose waits until you can no longer remember, until you think you're living alone in the world, until enough people have ignored your presence, frightened of what you may do out of desperation. Only then do you see him. Judging. Walking 5 feet ahead of you, looking down at what you've become, at what you've ceased to be. And no matter how much you yell at him, screaming to leave you alone, to let you be, to stop staring, you could not ignore the fact that he is the only thing you have left that looks at you. So that I wrote about specifically the homeless population in Los Angeles that I encountered a lot. You know, you see these people who have obviously been through it, and people are so afraid of them. And you can see people yelling in front of them to no one, trying to argue, convince them of something. And I basically just imagined if that thing were a personification of purpose, and only when you hit that point of breaking can you actually see him. Okay, there's nothing wrong with a bidet, says Wayne. There is nothing wrong with a bidet. I just think that, you know, for the toilet paper shortage, people just need to not mass buy toilet paper. Just buy what you need. And I know everyone's sick of hearing that. They're like, I know, but also it's not changing. So still only buy what you need. I'll share one more 11-word observation, and then I'll share a couple more of my pieces of art. So this one just says, it's an 11-word observation. Number 3 says, I hope there's a God, otherwise I'm talking to a ceiling. No explanation necessary. Okay, so this piece, I'm actually going to read the piece that I typed onto it, because I think it's okay. It's not my best work, but it's okay. It's kind of interesting. And so this is the image that it goes with. I have to look at it, so I can't show you at the same time. It says, do you ever just sit in random spots in your house because you've never sat there before? I do. It makes me feel like I'm living someone else's life, and it brings me peace, a fresh perspective, a new ray of sunshine, a new point of view of the pattern on the rug in the living room. I'm so frightfully bored I feel as though I might scream, but I think I just needed the light to catch me differently so I could sleep better. Since being alone, I find that I love myself more. I feel free to act as I'd like without judgment or questioning, but my behavior has gotten stranger. And although I feel I can breathe, I cannot for the life of me identify what I want. I'm horribly bored, but perhaps I already said that. And here's the piece. One more time. And it's partially true, but it's also partially kind of what I imagined this woman might be saying. Like, I've definitely had days where I'm very bored, but I've also definitely had days where I feel just as busy, if not busier, than I did before all of this craziness. So, depends on the day. Depends on the day. Okay. I'm going to share a piece called Your Own Streetlight. Before I do that, though, I just want to make one slight announcement here. I feel like I've been reading such depressing stuff, even though I'm feeling a little bit better today. So tomorrow and Sunday, I'm going to be focusing on reading works only from my new book that I'm working on, There's No Place Like House, which have never been seen before. So you'll get the first little peek into it. And it won't be all of this old, super depressing stuff. Because when I wrote these books, I'll talk about them for 1 second. This one was the very first one that I wrote, Side Effects. And it was all about starting medication, antidepressant medication, and the side effects that it was giving me. So they're all broken down into different categories. And so the categories are all themed different things that are side effects, like anxiety and insomnia, depression. Some of them are made up, like this one says excessive baggage, infatuation, vanity, southern affliction, because I've always been obsessed with the South. But they're kind of sad. And then withdrawals, you know, makes sense. I stopped the medication and then I was going through withdrawals. So then all of the different sections were the different types of withdrawals you can experience. Some of them real, some of them fictional. But these are just kind of sad in general. They have some happy pieces in them, but in general, they're just kind of sad. So the new piece, the new book that I've been working on isn't as sad. And I will be sharing more from those in the coming days. Wayne says theme Auntie Mame. very happy. Auntie Mame is kind of sad, but I will think about it. We'll see. You've had a couple theme selections already be picked. So also, if anyone's watching and wants to recommend a theme, please do so in the comments on either Facebook or Instagram. And I will pick one and write a piece on it that I will share first thing tomorrow. Okay, let's get back to this. Oh, we only have 5 minutes left. Okay, I'm going to read a monologue then. This one, it's just called Flight Attendant. Yep, I'm just going to jump right in. So I'm going to set it up first. A young woman in a flight attendant's uniform sits at a table in a dimly lit bar. Her feet are perched on the chair opposite of her, and she's drinking a beer. A man approaches her, and she moves her feet from the chair. He sits. Are you going to tell me how beautiful I am? Ask what a pretty young girl is doing at a bar all by herself at 2 a.m.? Or are you smarter than that? Are you going to take the, I always knew flight attendants were beautiful, but I've never seen one with a beer in her hand route? Or are you just going to compliment the sharpness of my skirt? Or maybe I'm totally off base. Maybe you're just a guy looking for conversation. Jeans and a button-up. A wedding band cutting into your finger a little. She's not happy that you've gained weight, but not because it doesn't suit you. Just because she worries. Maybe it's her father. Someone close, because you're upset that she's worried. The shine is wearing off quicker than it ought to. You've spent so many nights spinning it around your finger, trying to loosen it up, but you can't. How many years has it been? 7? 8? You aren't traveling on business, because businessmen always wear suits, even when they aren't doing business. I think they like feeling uncomfortable. Either that or they just worry about not looking perfect, like they're all little boys at church trying to impress their mothers. And every woman they see, every woman they try to impress reminds them of her. The lipstick she'd wear, her perfume. Everybody's worried about something, though. You're going to a funeral, aren't you? That's why your wife isn't here. You could only get a couple of days off to fly home, and she needed to watch the kids. It's your mother, isn't it? Only a mother could think you looked sharp in that shirt you're wearing, but God damn it, she loved it on you. You've only worn it once or twice before. The buttons are in perfect condition. The sweat stains are brand new, and it still smells a little like the inside of her car. Air freshener, old cigarette smoke, fabric softener, and hairspray. All of a sudden, you're lonely. You tried calling, but she didn't pick up. So you're here. But I can't comfort you. I can only tell you stories. I'm sorry. That's all I have for you today. Please submit a theme in the comments. Let's see. Oh, Wayne said a lot. I had to share one, and it isn't sad. It's full of joy and laughter and unplanned pregnancies and one death. Theme. He smelled like 1967. I think every boy I've ever liked smelled like 1967. I'm laughing, but it's true. Okay, he smelled like 1967. Or maybe Auntie Mame smelled like 1967. No more combining themes. No more. If you're watching this, please recommend a theme. That would be wonderful. I've gotten some really good options already, so I guess if you don't want to, you don't have to. But it's fun to participate. And there's only 2 more of these. So, reminders. For the next 2 days during the live stream, if you Venmo me $25, you'll get a paperback copy of one of these books, either Side Effects or Withdrawals. You will also receive a bookmark with an 11-word observation, and you will receive a typewritten piece signed by me, first draft, so there might be some errors, and it's a one-of-a-kind piece, so it'll be cool. That's it. So to contribute, you can Venmo Taylor Bradley 91. If not, then I will hopefully see you here tomorrow at the same time. That's it. I'm signing off. Thank you guys for watching.